Always nice when we catch the praying mantis going off downtown, yeah?
Like clockwork.
Nevada has a problem in its prisons. They struggle to house juveniles charged as adults.
So there's a rising number of young teens committing serious crimes and little to no place to put them when they do. It's the subject of tonight's Vegas Lost. Our John Trainer has that story.
Yeah, right now there is a crisis in Nevada prisons, a crisis that played out last week. So we wanted to ask the question, why? Last week, a 15-year-old girl minutes away from being sentenced to adult prison for stabbing her classmate watched her future be put on hold. A crisis in Nevada prisons spilling into her trial. Justice held hostage. Tashara Paschal Campos' attorneys had no idea their teenage client would be shipped out of state because Nevada had no place to keep her. We told them, they told the judge stopped the sentencing.
What I'm going to do today is I'm going to be setting this over for 30 days.
Today in our state, girls convicted as adults are sent to Arizona. Boys convicted as adults are sent to a small wing in Lovelock Prison, once home to O.J. Simpson. Federal law means they can't be housed with other adults for their own safety.
The courts send us somebody, we're going to take them and manage it. Is it more difficult? Yes. I mean, you have when you have only one housing unit to put an offender and you can't separate them when there's problems, you keep them in the same unit that they're having problems with. If you have someone that is a victim of the crime that the person was involved in, they're the same age, they both get sentenced, even though the victim now is doing time too for probably whatever they did with retaliation, whatever happened in court. We have to house them together.
So if it's dangerous, if it's difficult, why do it? Why not keep juveniles with juveniles even if they're sentenced as adults? We asked plenty of people that question. Everyone had a different answer.
The way Nevada is, but it is crazy that they say, well, we can't put you with the actual adult offenders, so we'll create a little special wing where there's 2 or 3 of you, which obviously is cruel and unusual right there.
Money and resources and facilities. It's plain and simple. That's what it is.
I know the concern is that if they're certified, it's because of a violent crime. And so the concern is we don't have the conditions at a juvenile level to adequately place them and protect other juveniles.
But none of those are real legal answers. And we never got one. When a kid is convicted as an adult in Nevada, they're sent to prison. But they can't go inside because of a federal law called PREA, the Prison Rape Elimination Act. It's a legal wall that protects them from violent adults inside. In Nevada, they can't go to juvie either. Since they've been convicted as adults, PREA stops them from being housed with the kids in there. Corrections tells us they wish there was a different option, but Zorenda says the kids in prison are just too violent.
I wouldn't want these offenders either, because you don't want those harder core, more violent offenders mixing with a population that you are trying to rehabilitate and trying to get back into society quicker. You don't want them to start educating the better population to become bad.
So that's our answer. Nevada houses dozens of kids by themselves, even though it's admittedly a bad idea because federal law makes them. Violent kids can teach other juveniles how to be better criminals. But what if that's not true? Other states, from Oregon to Virginia, house those violent certified juveniles with other juveniles. And we asked the federal government about PREA. They tell us in an email there's nothing prohibiting that Oregon model from happening. The ACLU of Nevada campaigning our state to make a change.
We have to provide for their proper rehabilitation and put them on a track to reintegrate society, and currently that isn't happening.
No change is planned though, which brings us back to a courtroom in Clark County where a 15-year-old girl and her victim wait to see where justice will be served. A pivotal day in court, November 28th. Yeah, on that 28th day, they're looking for alternatives to sentencing in Tashara's case. We've heard that some politicians are considering introducing a change to the prisons, the way other states handle it. It'd be nice if everyone got on the same page.
Yeah, you mentioned the Oregon model in the story. Are other states having the same problems that we're having here?
Yeah, and it's not ending well. In Tennessee, they have a case similar to Tashara's. This girl could be sent out of state. There's a federal lawsuit, at least there's one pending, for civil rights violations, for separating her, because again, just like our state, there's nothing in Tennessee's law that says they have to do what they do.
Interesting examination, thank you.
And breaking some ground. John Trainer, congrats, thanks. If you have a story idea for John, you can send those over to vegaslost@news3lv.com. Just a minute, John will be logging onto Facebook Live to take your questions and your comments. Join him there.